going on, wonderful world of YouTube? It's Orange Beanie Guy, and I'm doing a solo podcast tonight, so give a big round of applause for me, because I don't think... Oh, no, I did do one solo podcast about dinosaurs, which no one really cares about, so... I mean, go listen to it if you like dinosaurs. If not, I honestly can't remember the name of it. It's something... no, it's They Do Move in Herds, so if you like dinosaurs, go listen to that. But, Mitchell's not with me today, and I had no clue what the fuck I was going to be talking about for this podcast. Until recently, I just noticed that there's a new developer update for Overwatch. So I watched that video, and I'm going to spit the same shit out to you and give you my thoughts and opinions on what's going on right now. So, without further ado, let's get into the developer update. First and foremost, they're going to be introducing Deathmatch into Overwatch, which, if you ever played Call of Duty, you know what Deathmatch is. It's going to be a free-for-all, 7v7, and I think it's going to be interesting because I mean, I'm assuming everyone's just going to go assault characters for this. I can see Pharah, McCree, Soldier, and Widowmaker, and Hanzo, I guess, being the top picks for that. It's going to be really interesting to see what's done on the maps. They talked a little bit about editing the current maps they have to suit a free-for-all better. I don't think they talked specifically about what they're going to do to those maps, but I'm really interested to see what they will end up doing with that. This is a arcade mode, by the way, and to get your credit, if you will, for your loot boxes, you have to be the top 4 of the 7 that are playing in that game to get credit, which I think is going to be fairly, easy, I guess. I don't want to say it's going to be, that sounds like I'm tooting my own horn here, but I don't think it'll be that hard to be top 4 unless people are just absolutely demolishing you or you hop in late game. I think it's going to be fairly easy. I guess I am tooting my own horn. I think I'll be able to get top 4 in most, if not all, games when I jump into an arcade round, but if we're stacking, then that might be different. I guess that poses another interesting question. When you stack, I guess you're technically not with your friends. I wonder if you can still group up and do arcade and talk to your friends through free-for-all. I don't know. Because then there could be an interesting gang up dynamic where I guess the 4 friends could gang up on the other 3 so they could win. I don't know. Blizzard, have you thought about that? You gonna take away the voice chat? I don't fucking know, but they are making a new map for this team deathmatch, and it's going to be Widowmaker's Estate. Now, he went on to talk about all the lore that's out there for Widowmaker. I personally don't know all of it. I haven't invested myself to learn most of the lore about Overwatch, but it's going to be in France, and I kind of get the first thing that came to my mind was Lara Croft's training facility, or her mansion. More so the outside part. I think it was in number 2 for the PlayStation 1 that I'm really thinking about. But I picture more of a garden-esque area, which is shrubbery mazes, statues everywhere, maybe a couple locations where you can get up on the building to snipe from. They said there's going to be launch pads in there, which will be great for Pharah. There's going to be tight corridors, which is where I thought of the hedge mazes. So Reaper, I didn't mention Reaper, he's going to be right at home there. And then, just open areas in general for a big, I guess, battle. I'm not really sure, but I think it'll be fun. I can definitely see it being a warm-up, if anything, for competitive or just, waiting for some buddies, just to jump in and do a quick free-for-all match. I believe it's first to 30, if I'm right. I think that's... No. I'm getting that mixed up now. I'm not sure about Deathmatch, but I know there's going to be a team Deathmatch. Now, that's going to be 6v6, and that'll be first to 30. I'm not really sure on the free-for-all. It could be time for all I know, since it is arcade, but I guess we'll kind of wait and see whenever they drop that. What was I going to say about 30 for 30? Mercy, in the team death immersion, she can take away kill credit with her reses, which would be really interesting, I guess, mechanic, if you will. So, essentially, if team's, 29 and you have 25 points, if she reses your team, you can take away that, I don't know, let's say you res the full team, you bumped them back down to 24, and then you're right with them on that kind of area. I don't know words well. I gotta think about what I need to say before I say it. Um, I don't know. I'm really a fan of the whole King of the Hill or, push the cart gameplay. I feel like I've fallen out of the team death mode. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that enjoy it that have, played Call of Duty forever. But I fell out of that genre for a reason. It got really old after a while. I mean, you can only play so many Call of Duties before it's the exact same thing with just different skins. But, I guess that's what sold at the time. But speak on that note, I'm glad that they're making Call of Duty World at War because I think, oh, hello, computer chime. The original, the OG World at War that they released, I really enjoyed, and I think this one's World War II, if I'm correct. I think that's going to be really interesting to see. But you know what? Enough about that. Let's get back to what the fuck I was talking about. One last thing on those team deathmatches was that you can skip the kill feed, which I guess technically you can turn on and off for a quicker respawn time. It was a little vague on how that goes. Like, I don't know if you'd, just totally skip the scene and you can, spawn in right away, or if there's still going to be, a slight delay of time before you can jump in. Again, I guess I'll have to wait and see when they actually, have that in there. It could be in the game for all I know. I don't know if it's been dropped yet or if they just, made that announcement, but I haven't had a chance to get on Overwatch since I got home from work, so I guess only time will tell. Let's move on to the heroes next. First we have Junkrat. He has 2 concussion mines now, which I think is going to be ridiculously overpowered. I don't know if they buffed that damage on that, but he's just going to be laying out just stupid amounts of damage. With 2 concussion mines and his little grenades that he can shoot out, I see a buff or something in the future happening to that. I believe they increased his tire speed. It says here 30% increased tire speed, which really nice. I don't really have any issues with that. I can see it being a massive issue in game once I boot up and start playing a Junkrat. But everyone needs their perks. I wouldn't have said that necessarily should have been the thing that got buffed. If anything, I would have just given him those 2 concussion mines and then just been like, that's it, you're good, just more DPS even though you're a defense character, which that being said, you're going to be able to use those concussion mines brilliantly on those choke points. The first thing that comes to mind is Voskaya Industries, where you normally have a Rhine or a Irisa or someone set up at the choke. I don't know, you have the Junkrat mine sitting there, Widow sniping in. I assume the refresh rate's the same for the mine, so I don't know. I think it's going to be a bit of a game changer. I think we're going to see a hell of a lot more Junkrats. Of all the characters that have gotten this recent buff, I think Junkrat's definitely going to be the one that you're going to see floating around more often. Next, we had Irisa. She got a nice little buff. Her shot speed's increased by or it says projectile speed. I'm assuming that's... Well, you know what? That's probably her... I think it's Fusion Driver. I think that's what it is. It's it pulls everyone in together, which is really nice because I feel like most of the time, at least on arcade, wherever... shit, I can't think of the name of it. It's not the Black Forest. It's not the Snowy Place. It's Temple-y area. God, why am I blanking on these names? But whenever I'm out there and I'm trying to, boop a Lucio, or be Lucio or Pharah, you always want to, boop them into the hole or off the side. Whenever I was Irisa, whenever I shot her orb out, it seemed like no one was going to hang around for that because it traveled so slow. So this slight speed increase, I think, is going to be nice. I'm really anxious to test that out because of the tanks, Irisa. Irisa has always been my go-to, so I'm excited to see how it actually feels when I'm playing with her. Her barrier size increased. Okay, this is the first time I'm seeing this as I read it. Barrier shape has been changed to allow for more coverage from enemies that are below the barrier. Okay, so that's... Alright, that's... Oh, okay, I get it. I'm assuming it's going to be a half sphere in a sense. Because, imagine Winston's, it's a bubble sphere that, sits on top of him. Maybe if you're, overlooking an edge, it'll, cover so you can't get up underneath. Again, haven't seen that, but that'll definitely be a nice touch. feel like, if anything, now that they've done that, they should maybe boost the cooldown speed up a bit for her shield. At least for me, it seems like every time my shield's getting chewed through, I can pop out another one, which I guess is really good for an Irisa, but at the same time, makes it a little bit unfair for... Oh, you know what? Never mind. I take that back, because you're not supposed to be charging the Irisa on a lot of these choke points. I mean, there's plenty of... With almost all choke points, there's definitely room to get around, let's say, an Irisa that's stationed up there, so... I figure the developers are thinking like, okay, well, even though it's bigger shield and quicker fusion driver and etc., like, you know, you have a Genji, you can have a Pharah that can float around and get behind you, which, honestly, with Irisa, when your back's turned, you're more or less fucked as soon as a DPS character gets on you, because there's no getting away from that unless you can pop that orb and pull them away ever so slightly, which is never far enough, because they're still going to deal damage on you, so... Hope that there's a Mercy, maybe a Zenyatta around to give you that extra little boost. The last development we got for us is Roadhog, which I'm really happy about because that boy needed something done to him ever since they did that whole situation with his hook and shot. I feel like a ton of people were just like, you know what, we're gonna drop Roadhog. No need to play him as much. But they've... I'm sorry, I'm again reading this just now. His take a breather, where he, you know, takes essentially poison and inhales it, that can be done on the move, which is going to be really, really nice, because anytime you're healing with, you know, Hog, you're just sitting there like a big sponge just eating all the bullets, if you can't get away enough, which ultimately just delays the inevitable, unless, like, I don't know, you're trying to contest a point or something. You ultimately end up dying if you can't find any cover with Hog. Being able to move and heal, now that's going to be a game changer. I think Hog's definitely you're going to see that spike in gameplay for him. Definitely know my buddy Johnny. I'm sure he'll be playing Hog a lot more. By the way, shout out to Johnny. He had a 50+% rate on hooks. I'm not sure if that's good, but for a couple gold players, I'd say that's pretty good, so... Shout out to you, Johnny. Let's see if they got anything else here for Roadhog. And, oh no, there's a Widowmaker too. Looks like she's got a less of a cooldown rate. Her hook's been changed from 12 to 8 seconds. Definitely needed, because I feel like she was more or less a sitting duck unless, you know, you got an ungodly Widowmaker, which when you're in the golds, it's hard to come by those, so good. Glad she got that buff. And also her Venom Mine now allows you to see the characters that are hit by it. Which, again, really happy about that, because the Venom Mine really doesn't do that much, other than being like, hey, there might be someone behind you if you shot it in this general direction. But it doesn't do that much damage at all, and like, I always kind of forget about it, except for that initial setup when you're waiting for people to start coming at you, like, it's... and I guess that's on more push-the-cart maps, like... I never saw too big of a use for it. But actually being able to see your opponent now, when they spike it, it's going to create a lot of opportunity. I don't know how long it'll last for that vision, but being able to, like, you know, get into a corridor or a tunnel or something like that, popping that Venom Mine somewhere inconspicuous and being able to see the character as they run out, that's definitely going to be a nice little perk for those widows trying to become godlike out there. And with that... I think I've touched upon everything more or less, but, oh god! I'm sorry, that was disgusting. That was the last bit of the developer update. I'd love to hear your all's thoughts and opinions on it down in the comment section below. I love chatting with you boys, aka Saber, who comments on these videos. I'll chat up on you later about that, Saber, but, it really didn't affect, I mean, besides Irisa, who I do play sparingly. I feel like tank's normally taken whenever I go to pick someone. It doesn't affect me too much. I like to be flexible with who I play as, so it's like I do play, you know, all these people that they mentioned sparingly. Maybe if I just wanted to, you know, dick around with Widowmaker and be like, I'm a sniper, but not really, like... I don't think it's going to affect me too much. Mostly, if I'm going down the line. Recently, I've been playing a lot more Pharah, so I guess she's top pick for Attack, defense, I'm always May. Nothing but May. Love that girl. She is so much fun to play. Mostly because you know you're just really upsetting someone when you're freezing them, setting up that wall, popping your ice shield so they can't get to you. It's just, there really isn't any other better satisfaction than just knowing that that person on the other end of the keyboard is just losing their mind after you froze them a couple times. But, God, what does that say about me as a person? I guess it doesn't say much. And get into the tanks. Irisa is probably the one I play most, so if we need a tank, I'll hop on Irisa, but I feel like that's only on selective maps. I know with a lot of, I guess, I'd say on when you're pushing the cart, it's not the best idea to have an Irisa. I guess when you're on attack, but, you know, there's Irisas out there that are great, so I digress. It's kind of up to the player in that sense. And then when you get to the support class, I'm all about Zenyatta. I used to only play Zenyatta back when I first got Overwatch, and it definitely affected my gameplay, which is why I branched out and at least gotten one, maybe two people in each group that I can play as, because when you jump into competitive, you don't know what the fuck's going to happen, or who's going to play, who you're going to get paired with, because there's going to be people that are going to be like, excuse me, I exclusively play Pharah, I need you to step down, or they're going to throw a bitch fit, and you can either, you know, take Pharah and just be like, no, fuck you, play whatever, or you can adjust and hope that they're being truthful, that they only play Pharah. Which, that's happened to me a number of times. A player I need to work on is Mercy, which I get, like, some people are like, oh, Mercy's pretty easy, but you gotta be constantly dodging bullets, stay out of the rain of fire, which, by the way, you are constantly in the rain of fire. Everyone's gunning for you if there's a Mercy out there, so the last time I played as Mercy in a comp, like, I jumped in late, everyone, like, immediately just locked in, and someone was like, Mercy? And I'm like, I don't really play Mercy, but if you want me to, they're like, yeah, man, just go play Mercy. So I jumped in as Mercy on the New Horizon map, which I'm unsure what the best go-to for that is. I feel like, I mean, I've won on that map before, but I still feel like defense has a major advantage in that one. Though I could be wrong and I just sucked dick as Mercy. That can totally be the reason, but my team was not happy with me. We did not win that game. She's like, well, there's fucking Mercy. And I was like, you told me to play Mercy. I told you I'm awful as Mercy. And they're like, get good. And I'm like, it's like, I warned you. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm sorry. It's like, why are you getting upset? We're in gold right now. Like, I feel like gold and below, you're not allowed to get upset when you're in competitive because, you know, you're in gold and below. Like, come on, guys. We're not top tier yet. We might think we are. We might be climbing up there, but, like, we're not. So it's like, most of the time, unless I'm with buddies, I'm not gonna lie, I've unplugged my mic a lot of the times and just went straight to keyboard. And normally I'm not even using keyboard to type much in. I'm just using like the quick, like a little hello, thank you, whatever voice line to communicate with my team, just because I'm not sure how toxic it gets as you go up, and I think we talked about this in our last podcast, but there's some just ornery motherfuckers in these lower ranks. You mess up one little thing and they will be on your ass. And I mean, I'm sure this could be a thing in the higher ranks. I don't know because I haven't gotten out of gold yet. But I swear, like every 2 minutes a match, someone's like, okay, can I get a readout on kills, gold, medals, etc.? And lo and behold, if you tell them what you have, or like people will be like, I got gold, what's silver? And someone's like, I got like 10,000. And it's like, that's fucking ridiculous. I got like 30,000 damage. I'm like, well, you know, you are a Reaper, so you're supposed to be dealing damage. And I'm a Winston, so like, I guess I'm technically not the damage guy. Well, and this is just a hypothetical example, but it's like, yeah, I guess there should be, you know, another big damage dealer out there, but you know, I digress. It's nothing ruins a game just like with someone just absolutely chewing you out when it's like, man, I jumped in competitive because, like, I wanted to have a team, like, collaborated effort, and you just shitting on literally everything is really just, like, harsh in my mellow. It's, like, on all honesty, if I jump into a competitive match and I got a shit guy that's yelling at me when, again, I unplug my mic now just because, like, I don't It's like if I just talk to you, you're going to be just fueled by whatever I'm saying, and you're going to chew me out even more. It's like I'm just going to leave it unplugged, or just strictly talk to my friends who I'm playing comp with, which I haven't done recently. I need to boost myself up a little bit. But on that note, it's going to be interesting. I have a couple friends. Actually, let me reverse this. So I got a question for you all. Would you rather climb higher in rank for your, let's say you only have one account. So let's say I'm sitting around the lower 2000s right now. I'm still gold. I went on a loss streak for a while. So I think I'm honestly like at 21,000, if that, or 2100. Do you want to persist up and get in that higher ranking game? Whether it's like your dream to be, Grandmaster, or it's your dream just to, get that different badge that looks better? Or would you rather hang back with your friends who might be lower ranked than you? Because, I have a lot of friends on Overwatch. But that being said, it's like I got my buddies who are like, above gold and etc. And then I have my buddies that are like gold and lower. And I'm close to both friends, but like I want to be able to play with all of them, and I mean, again, kind of tooting my own horn. I can be like I'm good enough where I can play with the upper ups. Like I've played comp and like way higher than I should have been, I guess. And I've also played comp where it's like, what am I doing down here? Like I'm a gold and there's all these bronzes with me, or silvers or whatever. But it's kind of a weird situation I'm in, because it's like I want to be better and competitive. But at the same time, I want to be able to play with my friends. And the way I'm thinking right now, it's like I got, I got 3 friends that are gold and below, possibly 5, and a few of them that are higher, which I guess it'd be way more fun to, quintuple stack, is that the right word? To stack up in the lower ranks and play, than boost up. But then at the same time, it's like, I'll feel good about myself, because maybe in these lower ranking games, like, maybe people aren't, I don't know, I haven't played many, like, silver badges or bronze badges, because I haven't comped with that big group of people, like I'm saying, but I looked at it once when we were all just kind of waiting in the menus, and it was like, our group, whatever, was like 1,600. I'm like, yeesh! I was like, that is quite a dip, and I was like, I don't even know if that's silver or bronze, or, like, I don't even know what's down there, but can't be good, I suppose. But I'm really interested to see how SR is going to work with that. I think I'm going to get on and play later tonight, and eventually, if I get, I have OBS to stream it. I know it doesn't stream the best quality. I also don't have a dual monitor setup, so when I stream, I really can't see chat. But, I'd love to work up to stream to play Overwatch, because, if anything, besides the side projects I have in the works, I play Overwatch a little bit every night, just because it's fun to get on with your friends and play, arcade, quick, comp. It really doesn't matter. It's a good way to detox after a long day of work. But, fuck, I just lost my train of thoughts. Shit. No, that's what I want to say. I want to stream. I wish I had better quality to stream, but for the time being, I might just work with streaming with OBS, which is, I don't even know what quality it's shooting at. I know I streamed once before in the past. There's a thumbnail with a Widowmaker on it when I first got it, and I was super bad. If you want to go watch that, you can see what quality I'm talking about, but, maybe I'll work something out where I can at least interact with the chat. I'll window Overwatch or something and like see if I can like snug the chat in the corner, so if people are actually watching it, I can see. But I don't know. We'll see when that actually happens. But yeah, it's gonna be a short podcast today, because again, I'm by myself. And my older brother's coming over to celebrate his birthday. So happy birthday, Elliot, if you listen to my podcast. I know you're more of an RTS guy and Overwatch would bore you, but maybe you'll get into Overwatch and you can join our bronze, silver, and gold squad, because you're not good at Overwatch. I let you play and you died so many times within at least 30 seconds, and like immediately like, nope, not playing this game, gonna go back to RTSs, which you're good at, so to each their own and all that good stuff. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I know there's only a few of y'all out there that are listening to this and actually listening to the whole thing. And if you do, I greatly appreciate it. Like we've said a million times before, this is a small dream, and you gotta start somewhere, so you know, 10 plus people that are listening to me talk in my microphone are my starting point. And those that are staying committed with me, again, I greatly thank you. If there's a way that I could give back to you all in any sort of way, whether that's playing a game or maybe video ideas, leave some comments down below. You'll be seeing some stuff come out for me near the end of August, maybe mid-August. I just want to make sure I've got everything wrapped up with a pretty little bow before I let it all go out, because it's a bit of a change of format, but I'm actually curious to see how everyone's going to react to it. But that's it for today, guys. We'll be seeing you next week, and stay beautiful. Bye-bye.